Yeah. You know what comes a time in every man's life when we're ready to settle down and make things right, but only for that special one. We're trying to make her you, but y'all want to keep playing games with these lanes. So make your next move your best move, because we the best dudes. Oh yeah, don't settle for less, man. I can love you better than you can imagine. Take it from the madness. Girl, I don't know why you keep these lanes around. You wildin' out. Don't you settle for less. What up, beauty queen? You know I really wanna invite you to my world and show you my unique persona. We can get together, steam it up like a sauna, take you on the natural high, no marijuana, just a bottle of wine, some ice chill prosecco. You holding on to that lame dude, you should let go. You was gonna be mine from the very get-go. I'm trying to make you white because you special. You got the best clothes, designer fresh clothes, make your own dough, on your home yo. Vehicle is fully paid for, that frame's plain though. Selfie queen, you know your angles. Red bottom heels, 5 diamond encrusted mangoes. We got the same nose, copping land, and counting bankrolls. Creating generational wealth, so our seas grow. I know your needs though, and you know mine's the same. It's an honor and a privilege to give you my last name. I can love you better than you can imagine. Tip from madness. Girl, I don't know why you keep these things around. You are now. Don't you settle for less. Shop is squeeze, you know that's mandatory. I'm trying to open your mind, peep the allegory. They say that love don't last, so let's change the story. I set my heart out to you, please come for me. Let's take control of our love. No conforming, late night love sessions last until the early morning. Cooking breakfast, but naked eggs, baking the toast. Fried potatoes and onions, girl, I love you the most. When my body be aching, you rub the pain out. Roll up the Dutchess for me while I pour champagne out. I pour my heart and my soul, plus my pain out. You got a real one right here, so leave the lanes out. Please stop with the games. The mother lanes, this is your time, girl. I didn't know we even in your phone. They always think it's hard. You should do something with me. So don't settle, don't settle, don't settle for love. Stacks with the facts. Eating me. Singing the hooks and the vibes. Yeah. So all my ladies, don't settle for less, baby. Don't let a wintertime hang out turn into a summertime bang out. You know what I mean? Get you one that's gonna be there for season, baby. Don't settle for less. Know your work, baby. Take you from the know your self-worth. Girl, I don't know why you keep these lanes around. Yeah, why the now? Don't you settle for less.
Yeah. What up? You already know it's your brethren, your brother, Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stacks with the facts, you know? And we here Thursday night, ladies' night. We getting the interviews back popping, you know what I'm talking about? I got some emails from some of y'all saying, man, first, when you gonna get them interviews back popping, man? Right? And tonight, we getting the interviews back popping, you know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share on your social engineering, you know what I'm talking about? And tap in and walk with us. You know, how y'all doing tonight? You know? What's good with everybody out there, man? How y'all feeling? XL Pro, what's happening, man? You already know what it is, brethren. Tonight is a special show tonight, right? For lots of reasons, you know what I'm saying? My guest I'm having on the show tonight, you know what I'm saying? She's doing some very good work, you know what I mean? And she told me it's a very interesting story, right? How she got involved with it. You feel me? So we're going to sit up here and chop it up. You know what I mean? And we're going to have a nice conversation about this topic and this issue for real, right? What's good with everybody, though, man? How y'all doing tonight, man? You know, I don't know about where y'all from, right? But I know in my city of Columbus instead of Ohio, honestly, recidivism has declined in my city and state. You feel me? You know, it's kind of, you know, remaining stagnant, but actually it's been like lowering over the years exponentially, right? You know, just say right here. Right? When you look at all this graphs and all the stats for Ohio, the recidivism rate is exponentially decreasing. Now, how many of y'all understand what recidivism is? Uncle Diggity, salute. My brother Uncle Diggity in the building. We got Martisa in the queue, about to bring her on here in a couple seconds. You know? And we're having a serious discussion tonight. My brother Uncle Diggity in the building. You did. All y'all brethren and SISTREN who unfortunately may have spent some time in that old who's gal. You know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all done had to sit up there and take that ghetto vacation. You know what I mean? And you know, it can be very challenging once you touch down and re-enter back into society, man. Especially if you was doing like a 5-piece or more. Because, you know, things change. Hold on real quick. My bad. I apologize about that, y'all. But yeah, though, man, some of us done sit up in here, right? And we had to go spend some time up in that who's gal, man. You hear me? And coming home for some of us can be very challenging, very trying. Especially, like I said, if you did a number of years, you know what I mean? Think about that, man. So, you know what I mean? I got these recidivism rates in my state You know what I'm saying? And like I said, specifically since I came home in 2016, you know, Ohio's recidivism rate has exponentially decreased, right? How many of y'all know what recidivism is, right? Right? It means, it's actually, when you break it down, it means a return to crime or criminology or criminal lifestyle, right? But it's not just anybody, right? It's a person who's a convicted criminal. So the recidivism rates is when people who already have been convicted of crimes reoffend, right? And out here in Ohio, we actually have decreased our recidivism rate, specifically amongst Black men, right? So, you know what I mean? We're going to chop it up tonight with Martisa because she's in this field. This is what she do. And it's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm talking about, I want to let y'all know that, you know what I'm saying, coming home from prison, especially after doing, like I said, like if that 5 ball, man, you know, things change. Like, you know what I mean? Things change from when I was out in 2009 to when I got out in 2016. It was different, a lot different. You feel me? But me being the resilient, you understand what I'm saying? Guy that I am, coming from a very diverse background, you know what I'm saying? I was able to adapt. Not only that, when I was sitting up in there, you know what I'm talking about, I make sure I have me a subscription to Popular Mechanics, Popular Science, National Geographic. You understand me? Forbes magazine. You understand me? Time magazine. You understand what I'm saying, man? I have subscriptions to all. You know what I mean? I made sure I stayed. I had GQ magazine. I'm talking about, listen, I made sure that I stayed connected to what was going on in the outside world, man. You know? And it's very important that you do that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you find yourself in that who's gal, man, the best thing you can do while you're in there is make yourself the best version of yourself, psychologically, intellectually, education-wise. You hear me? So, you know what I mean? That's words of wisdom from me. You feel me? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, when they come in contact with me or meet me, you know, and I tell them, like, yeah, I did 6.5 years in the joint, they'd be like, damn, for real? I'm like, yeah. You know, I wasn't in there eating breaks and drinking Foxies and messing around and stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Especially towards my at the end of my bid. You hear me? But one thing I remember about when I was in the halfway house was I'm gonna tell y'all this story, right? When I was in the halfway house, I was in the Alvis house. You know, so I had got a job ASAP. You feel me? I was working at Family Dollar. It's not even there anymore, but I was working at Family Dollar. You know what I mean? And I was getting hella hours because, you know, I was in the halfway house. You know what I'm talking about? And one thing I will say though is that there's plenty of jobs out here for you when you come home from the joint. But depending on what type of felony you got, what type of crime you've been sit up there and convicted of, is going to determine your status and you know, ability to be hired. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the laws, they have the discretion, these companies, if they want to hire you, not depending on what you've been convicted of. Now, I know that might sound on the surface like it's unfair, but you know, if I run a place where we're exchanging money, I don't know if I want to hire somebody who's been convicted for embezzling. Matter of fact, as a citizen, I shouldn't even have to be subject to even hire. I should be able to just turn them away, right? And you know what I'm saying? And the government kind of roll along with stuff like that. But also, what I want to say is, don't your felony conviction won't prevent you from getting certain jobs either, though. Some people might look over your felony like, well, you know, you might have made a mistake. But one thing, and I'm pretty sure we're going to discuss this too, one thing I want y'all to know, if you find yourself in that who's gal coming home, man, you know, talking about the best thing that you could do is add on to your experience while you in there, man. Take as many classes as you can, many programs as you can, as many, man, you hear me? All of that stuff helps when you come home, trust me. You know, all them re-entry programs I did, all the programming stuff I did when I was in the joint, definitely helped when I got out. I'll tell y'all that. You feel me? So don't make no mistake about it, man. You know what I mean? Definitely don't commit crimes. You feel me? Be a law-abiding citizen. You understand me, man? Live a straightforward life. You know? Don't be up out here trying to sell dope and get money and rob people or whatever it is. Be a gang, shoot them up, bang, killer, real hitter. You feel me? Because that's going to find you up in that who's gal, man. And I'm going to say all them type of dudes right there, them be the dudes who turn into straight gumps in the joint and they never got no money on their books to go to the stuff. You out here killing people left and right on the street and can't even go to the goddamn canteen. Can't get nobody to send you $20. You know? So think about what you do before you do it, because I'm telling you right now, a lot of y'all young brothers, especially out there, think y'all tough and y'all think y'all ready to earn some stripes. You think going to the prison is a badge of honor, and I'm telling you, it's not. You fail. When you go to prison, you fail. Ultimately, it's the next thing, closest thing to dying. Pretty sure my brother Uncle Diggity would agree with me on that. All right. So without further ado, man, we're going to introduce my sister and Martisa, man. You know what I'm saying? She sat up there, you know what I'm saying, been you know, tapping in with your brethren, your brother over there on that old Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Just peeping the stilo, you know what I'm talking about. And, you know what I mean? Just say that, man. Social engineering isn't real, right? It's not real. And y'all need to start treating it like it's real. You feel me? It's real. If it's anything real about it, it's real fake. You need. So, you know. But nah, man, Martisa's been tapping in with the kid, you know what I mean? I've been wanting to ask her this question because I'm, you know, like I say, man, my memory is faint. But we're going to get into it, though, man. Martisa, what's good with you, girl?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's up? What's up, everybody?
Man, y'all already know, man. I'm going to turn my camera off because it ain't about me tonight. It's about you.
Well, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
So sit up there, Martisa, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you be, what you do, and we're going to get into it right after that.
All right. My name is Martisa Javon Beatty. I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. I have, you know, done a plethora of things from being an entertainer, dancer, singer, actress. I'm still getting down in the entertainment field as we speak to this day. But I also have been a big proponent and activist in certain issues around our community, such as police brutality, re-entry back into the community after incarceration, and several other things as well. Basically, what I have going on is that I do offer services from time to time for people who are re-entering back into the community after being incarcerated, as far as reviewing resumes, giving advice, or even directing towards certain programs that a lot of people don't know about are able to service those coming back home. There are a lot of things that are out there that can be found, but they don't give those to you when you're released. So unless you have someone that's connected, or unless, you know, like he was speaking, we do some of the reentry programs or something while we're incarcerated, we don't know of these things.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, I understand that you said you did the entertainment thing with the performing and the acting and all that. Now, Martisa, now, if I'm not mistaken, did you go to the Ohio Media School?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I did not.
Right. See, I'm a
I went to the Ohio State University.
Okay,
but I do have friends. Yes, but I do have friends that did go to the Ohio Media School. Well, so yes,
I graduated from Ohio Media School, right? 2021, class of 2021. You know what I'm talking about? It's a beautiful thing, though, man. But you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of talent around the city. And it's a beautiful thing for people with the real talent, you know what I'm saying, coming together and linking up.
And that's what we need to do more. We need to do more of coming together. Right. You know, and that's why, yeah, that's why when the invite came out, I never hesitated to accept. I mean, because this thing right here hits home with me immensely. Right. I come from a family of just continual recidivism, from my father to my mother, to even to my grandmother. At one point in time, there was no one in my family besides myself and my great grandmother who raised me who had not been incarcerated and had a number. When I can recall as a child going to different prisons to visit each individual uncle. When I can recall as a child going to get the food that's asked for on the food list, and then we're at the post office or Myrtle to weigh the box to make sure it's not overweight before it's shipped out. That's how deep I go with it. You know, so it's not just coming from a point of where, oh, you know, my baby's ass got locked up and that's no. And then it got to the point where at 41 years old, with my professionalism in my life, I too became a felon. So the shoe fit differently. And it went from a point of, hey, let me help my family, let me help my homeboys, because I'm a well-educated, well-poised woman that I can help them get to some places that they need to be, you know, without still being in the street. Because it calls all of us. You know, I'm not an angel, not at all. And anyone who's watching this who knows me most definitely knows I'm not. I just did it well. At the end of the day, though, at 41 years old, it caught up with me, just like anyone else. Now, I was lucky enough not to have to spend any time, but I was facing 8 years in prison at 41 years old. So I seen the things and the challenges, not only from the love and the care that I gave the people around me, to what I was facing myself. So when you're coming from a point of, I've been there, the assistance, the love, and the support comes from a whole different area.
That's a beautiful thing, man. So that just leads segue into my question I was just about to ask you. And you said you was going to talk about this too when we talked earlier. So, you know, without going into too much detail, you know what I'm saying, if you can, if you at the liberty now, you mind telling us a little bit about your situation with being incarcerated or possibly going to spend 8? You mind going into a little bit of detail about that if you don't mind?
Oh, no, not at all. So this is one of the things that I speak out about is domestic violence. And the reason why I caught a case is because I finally stood up for myself, but I didn't have my ish documented on paper. This is why when I talk to a lot of women who come to me and they speak to me, you know, in confidentiality about some of the things they're going through, I always tell my sisters and my brothers, because domestic violence is just not limited to women. That is a big misconception. You know, it's a lot of, I think I'm all of that independent chicks that be real big bullies in the home. And because they're with some men that were raised right, they get off with it. You know what I mean? But on the other end, for those sisters that, you know, make a paper trail, you have to have a trail. So I didn't have a trail. You know, in so many words, our parents always told us not to play with cars. Inadvertently, what happened is that's what happened. Him being I, and, you know, he interfered with the vehicle. So with that being said, I faced felonious assault with a charge in domestic violence myself when I was the victim. And that's why it's very important to have a paper trail. Make sure that when you're in that situation where you have someone threatening you or anything like that, UCYA, you are able to prove, because I didn't. A few pictures that I had took and sent to friends and this is that and the other, that held no merit. Make sure you have a paper trail when it comes to things like that. Absolutely. So that's what led me to that. I did some time in the Franklin County Workhouse on Jackson Pike. That was very pleasurable.
Not the worky.
Yes.
Hey, listen here, y'all. That place is terrible.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It ain't no place for any human. It definitely ain't no place for no female. You hear me?
No, but see, you know, I'm, you know, an acquired taste. So I was okay, you know, and then I already knew that I was leaving because what happened was I happened to be running around when I should have been sitting still, and they came up on me and just took me in, and I was already scheduled to turn myself in at a specific time the next week. So, you know, hard head make a soft ass. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So that's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. So with that being said, I did that. And then what was the most horrible time for me, to be honest with you? My brother, was the supervision. So mind you, I caught this case in 2019. Sequentially, we went into what? COVID. So I'm sitting in COVID going through this whole case. I'm on reporting bond and a regular bond. You understand? So it's getting real for your sis. You know, it's real for me. Never been in trouble before. Counted my lucky stars on on my knees on how many other times I could have been in trouble for so many other things and not had a chance to really, you know, state my case. Well, anyway, it continued on and continued on. I was on reporting bond. I went ahead. I took an Alford plea. Because I felt like I was not going to get a jury of my peers. When we talk at another time, you'll understand why I felt that odds were stacked against me, due to the person that was involved in the other side and the weight that they pull around our city. So at the end of the day, I went ahead and took that 15 months on the shelf. I was on high risk probation. I did high risk probation. I completed that in 5 months, went to low risk in 4 months, and now I am on non-reporting. Salute.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. You know, wow.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Right. So what you know, it was, I took that time as a time where it was like, wow, let me get to really know me. You know, I needed to be sat down for a minute. Right. Sometimes that happens, and I accepted that. That's you know, but in the same turn, at the end, I seen the effects of that situation, and the questions I had to answer with my career as being a licensed insurance agent in over 20 states. And the different things like that. So not only did the help that I gave become more personal, you know, and I remember talking to a friend of mine, and he was in a halfway house in Lancaster.
Right.
Because at the time they didn't have any openings here. and he was just ready to get out. I said, cool, call me, talk me, I get you through it. And he told me, he said, you know what, Shug? He said, Shug, you never gonna understand what it's like until you actually get a felony yourself. I said, you know what, the Lord done blessed me this long. I'm praying that, hey, it doesn't happen. I'm not throwing rocks at the penitentiary door.
Right.
But
don't do it.
Right. I do not advise that because they're going to answer. But sometimes the universe puts us in situations that, sometimes maybe there's another way that I could have acted accordingly, but I chose not to. It was either fight or flight. And I did what I did and I accepted.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. That honesty. You know what I mean? Now, this leads into my next question. So, with all of this going on, this crazy madness you got going on in your life, you know what I'm talking about, when you've been basically living a squeaky clean life up until this point, I would imagine, what in this process led you into, you know what I'm saying, coming into the space where you was able to help people or even get involved with, re-entry or reintegration back into society with people who are getting up out of maybe incarceration or from prison or something like that?
I may have lived somewhat of a squeaky clean life, but I always wanted surrounded by people who did. Okay. On my team, we always believed that it was somebody who needed to be able to say that they didn't know, or you understand what I'm stating.
Right. Plausible deniability.
That's right. Plausible deniability 100%, and I happen to be involved with those who loved me that afforded me that plausible deniability. Now, that does not mean that there were not things that I did on my own. But because I was surrounded by these people, because I had children by men who were on probation at one time, because my father was, I went to visit my father in the old man's field. I'm 45 years old. I'm born and raised in Ohio, even though I've lived other places. You know what I'm saying? Ohio is my home. My uncles, my family, that's what led me to do what I do. When eventually, you'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. Here's my number. I'll help you. Here's more. Because when you have that knowledge, it is a sin to hold it. You are supposed to give it to someone else the same way that the Most High gave love and gives love to us every day. So that is a sin for me to sit back and know that I know something that can assist you in carrying your burden, and I don't give it to you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, yeah, man, that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, this is a subject that's near and dear to me because, like I say, I remember when I got out to join 2016, and you know what I'm saying, when it comes to certain things, you know what I'm saying, certain things or situations prove to be rather difficult, you know what I'm saying, because when you got them old felony convictions, man, you know what I'm saying, everything ain't gonna swing your way, you know what I mean? Now, as far as getting a job in Columbus anyway, I didn't really have no issues with finding a job. You feel me?
Yeah, there's not issues with finding a job in Columbus, Ohio, as far as being a felon.
Not at all.
It's just the point of that you have to be willing to prove yourself for somebody taking that risk for you.
Right.
And then, I run into a lot of brothers, especially the younger ones, that come, oh, I'm gonna start my own business. Well, that's cool. But do you understand that sometimes when you apply for loans and they pull all of your history, your criminal history might count against you as well? There are a lot of factors that are affected when we have a felony, but there are a lot of things that are not. And we need to take advantage of the things that do not block us. Right. Like, for instance, a lot of our brothers come home and they are child support, and I talk real. I keep it 100%. Right. I love my brothers. I was raised by my father's family, for real. I watched my mother sign me away. So at the end of the day, my brothers is where it's at. Okay. I find that females will come after men after they are in prison because they really couldn't catch up with them while they were out for child support. So now this child support has built up while you're locked up. They've been taking your state pay, all those things. And you have that as a part of your conditions for post-release. If you're having a problem with making a connection with your child's mother or knowing how to go about establishing visitation, things like that, the Urban League has a program called Father to Father. The the state of Ohio has a father initiative that you can tap into. See, these are things that people don't know. Men don't know. They even offer mediation in certain situations.
They definitely do.
You know, and these are the keys and the jewels that I offer as a sister to my loved ones, even to my women. It's not just biased to the men. Women come home and there are a lot of programs that are not geared towards them. So it takes for another sister. It's very important for women coming home from prison to have some kind of support system, some kind of mentor, somebody out there that they have a connection with. Because a lot of the programs, if you look at them, and you know I'm telling the truth, fam, are geared towards preventing recidivism in men. Not so much for us. So we do have programs. We do have programs like Choices and Lutheran Social Services that offer counseling for domestic violence and things like that, and women who have been through trauma. You can also reach out to the Adam Board for mental health, and that's another big proponent that I promote a lot, because mental health is everything. You know, if you're not tapped into this and your aura is not right, your health won't even function correctly. But that's another topic. We'll speak on that another day. You know what I'm saying? So that's
a whole different topic for a whole nother day. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. We'll speak on that another day. But your mental health is important. A lot of us come home, or a lot of us even who are not even doing jail time, or just bogged down with the thoughts of even I'm under surveillance. I have to do this. I have to do that. My life is not my own. That does create some type of mental dysfunction. I saw it in myself. I became a recluse.
That's a fact. Now, let me tell you something, man. Right? I'm going to come up for this for a second. One of the most difficult things, matter of fact, the most difficult thing I found for me when I came home was finding affordable housing. You know what I'm saying? Finding people who would be willing to lease or rent to somebody who has a felony conviction, specifically drug convictions.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
I want you to sit up there and about your experience with this and what you see is the most difficult thing when guys and chicks, guys especially, you know, because chicks kind of get a little
leeway because they have
leeway in this area, but I'm listen here, y'all. I'm telling you, us, it ain't nothing for us, man.
I know it's not. And let's go ahead and lead into that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Some stuff, but not
very
really
minute.
Variable like
very
minute. Chicks. So I want you to sit up there, Martisa, and touch on that and speak on that.
Okay, so I'm going to touch on that. Actually, I'm going through that right now. I'm helping two brothers that I know. One brother is very dear to me, which is my father. Another one has a drug conviction that is over 20 years old. I spoke with him today. Now, he's a chef at one of the most prominent restaurants here in Columbus, and he is yet to find a place simply because He has a drug conviction that's over 20 years old, and they still will not let him in. Also, with my father, I did his application for a nice little 1-bedroom apartment. He is getting older. You know what I mean? He wants to downsize. Cool. Because I had to tell him, he wanted to say no. Because he's like, they only go back so many years. Don't fall for that. Don't answer no. If your felony is old, do not answer no. In your mind, you think, okay, yeah. But when they pull your background, even though they tell you they only go back a certain amount of years, they check everything. And if you have a certain level of violent offense or a certain drug offense, they will not rent a property to you. This is why I encourage a lot of people that I deal with, my family members, my friends, homies that, you know what I'm saying, my friends will tell me like, call Martisa, she might be able to help you with this, or send her an email or whatever. And I'll get my email address out at the end of this. You can email me your resume, et cetera, et cetera. Give me a few days to get back to you. I'll give you some points, you know, different things like that. I'll answer questions, whatever I can help you with within a timely manner. But back to what I was saying, you know, I had to tell my father, be honest, you know, let them know, hey, I have a felony conviction, but it was in 2009. You know what I mean? And I have not had any interaction with law enforcement since then. Be honest. Okay? Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time. A lot of times, if you're dealing with a private landlord, which you need to gear yourself to if you're in that situation, because you can better explain your situation to a private landlord than to a corporation. I wouldn't see an apartment and go apply at, you know, we're in Ohio, Columbus, at Wallace Ackley. But if I go on Zillow and I see a private townhouse owned by somebody privately, they only own these, then that's someone that you can explain your situation to. That's what you need to gear yourself to if you want to rent, is to rent from a private landlord.
That's a fact. That's the best way to go. And what I do know is that there's a list of landlords in the city that specifically rent to people with convictions.
You can obtain that from your probation officer. You can also obtain a list from the Urban League. The Urban League does do housing, and they will guide you to people who rent to felons. Yes, they will. Absolutely.
See, and that's a fact. And just in case y'all ain't know what the Urban League is, you know what I mean? I'll just sit up here and tell y'all about the Urban League. We ain't going to go into that tonight because that's not what this is about. You know what I'm saying? But the Urban League definitely helps out in the community. You can do all that. They help out. I mean, they help out with all type of stuff. You know?
Yes. And then if you're on the entrepreneurship track, they have classes for that. I also have information on other classes for entrepreneurship if you're really serious about putting in the work. Father to Father, also. Yes, that's beautiful. Father to Father is also facilitated at the Urban League, and they can assist you there. The Urban League is a wealth of programs for people who are being reentry programs that are available. Also, Salvation Army, if you're looking for housing and drug rehab coming out of incarceration. I've known in certain situations where they have allowed people to be released from prison because they're being released to the Salvation Army. There is a big problem with people not having an address to be released to. That's why there are so many people. And this is something that I will be working with you with. Some of our other friends we have in common that have reached out to me today and are very interested in what we have going on. Just trying to establish some home base where maybe we can even grow to the point where we are welcoming people home. We have a nice 5-6 bedroom home that we can bring people into. But at the same time, there's resume building classes. You have to go to, you know what I mean? Same
Right.
if you're in a halfway house, but you're in a place of love and it's a safe space. Ain't no suckers here now.
Not at all, Jack.
Ain't no BSing. But we here to love you back to being a better person than what you was when you went in. The same way people had to love us through what we had to go through. It ain't easy.
It's not easy at all. I'm telling you, man. It can prove to be very difficult with these felony convictions, man. You know, fortunately for me, you know what I'm saying, I'm a hell of a guy and I got a lot of stuff. I got a hell of a resume.
Yes, you do. And we both have a lot of tools in our toolbox. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of going through a little mean time as well myself due to my record. So yeah, you know, it's nothing. I'm a Capricorn, honey.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
When your birthday?
January the 18th.
Oh, so you was the last day, huh? My birthday is January 8th. I'll be 42 on my birthday in January.
I'll be 46.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? The Urban League is actually a very good community-based program. You should go check out the Urban League in your city if y'all have a Urban League out there. Most major cities do.
Most major cities do. And most major cities do have a father-to-father program.
Right.
I've seen father.
Talk a little bit about that father-to-father program.
So, father-to-father program assists in men who are trying to establish or reestablish connections with their children. They will mediate or assist in mediation and give you the information on how to file for visitation with your child. Also in how to go about in moving for, I know they assisted someone I know in how to go about asking for a child support reduction. Different things that you would need. Also, they provide awesome programs and awesome events for you to attend with your children, like a father-daughter dance every year, and other things like that. So if you are in a city that has an urban league, I know quite a few cities do have urban leagues. I was just looking today at the father-to-father program in South Carolina. It's really cool. So yeah, there you go. Cooking with my dad programs, the father-daughter dance. There's some other things they have too, like a back to school session with the dads or different things like that. I think they even have donuts with dads. So they have a lot of programs for fathers out there. There's no reason that you should let any bitter baby mom or anything like that be involved. You can still be involved with your children in their lives without them. And there's ways to go about that legally. You can have visitation with your child. You can set up spots to get your child dropped off, all of that. So you can use father to father as somewhat a relay to get that conversation going and having that time spent with your child, especially if you missed it. Also, I know that there is a program that I remember, and I don't know if you remember this or you saw this when you were incarcerated, that sent presents. It's called Angel Tree, that sends presents out.
Yeah, I know all about Angel Tree.
Mm-hmm. And so I think they also do some aftercare work. I'm looking into that now because I know I've referred a couple people to Angel Tree. You know what I'm saying? A couple of my cousins and stuff like that. Like, hey, if Angel Tree come around and you know, go ahead and get that while you in there. Let your kids know you're thinking about them.
Yeah, it's a sweet little program, man. Angel Tree allows you to, you know what I'm saying, if you got, depending on how many kids you got, whatever, you can pick out some gifts for them, and they'll go ahead and mail them to them. I think they might even deliver to them if they're in the city or whatever.
Oh, no, let me tell you what Angel Tree does, because as I stated, my children's fathers, rest in peace, they are no longer with us, but both of them were incarcerated and they had done multiple times. Angel Tree actually has a nice little dinner. And then they invite the kids and the mothers and they give out the presents.
See, I didn't know all that. I thought they just like melt into y'all or something like that.
Nope, they don't. See? Because see, I'm telling you, I'm into what I do for a reason, because I know what it is really out here. And especially being a woman waiting on somebody to come home.
And yeah, I want to let y'all know too. You know what I mean? When I was in the joint, I definitely took advantage of stuff like that, because you know what I'm saying, you want to make sure if you gotta go up in that old who's gal, man, you want to make sure you're connected with your kids, man. You want to make sure your kids you're thinking about them. So when I got hit to that agency program, I said, "Oh, this is sweet." You know what I'm saying? My daughter remembers that stuff too. She even said something to me about before. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I didn't feel like when I got hit to it. After I got hit to it the first time, I want to say it was like 2013, I think. I did it every year after that. So my daughter was kind of looking forward to that. And she, you know what I'm saying, she used to tell me about that stuff when I got out and all that stuff. So shout out to Angel Tree. Now this program right here, this program right here is not through the Urban League. This is through the African American Wellness. You feel me? Agency. They're a nationwide organization as well. You know what I'm saying?
They sponsor the wellness walk.
Yeah, every year. You remember, you know what I'm saying? This program right here is actually going on this Saturday, and me and Jen is definitely going.
Yeah, going.
we went to the one they had last year. You know what I mean? And she just loved it. And you know, when I told her that was coming up again, she just got excited and was like, "We're gonna go again." And this is a beautiful event right here too. You know what I mean?
That is a beautiful event, and they
lots of resources for fathers. Lots of vendors. You know what I'm saying? They got where you can cook with your kids. You can cook a meal, and there's all type of different organizations and programs around the city that they have to advocate for fathers in all ways you could think of, man. It's a beautiful situation, man. All you gotta do is go to Eventbrite, man, get your free tickets, man. Just go ahead, come up there, man. It's a beautiful situation. I will most definitely be there on Saturday. So it's a beautiful thing. I just want to touch on that real quick. Now, you know what I'm saying? Back to my sister and Martisa. Man, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. We got my girl Martisa in the building. We sit up here chopping up game on this re-entry, this recidivism game. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you coming home from out of the penitentiary, man, with them felony convictions on you, man, you got to make sure you have as much resources available to you as possible to make sure your reintegration and your re-entry back into society is as smooth as it can possibly be. Now, earlier I heard you speak on the mediation, right? Now, when I was in the halfway house, we went to the mediation program. Now, this is what I'm saying. A lot of stuff. Let me come back up again. So let me be real with y'all, man. A lot of stuff be smoke and mirrors too, though, man. You know what I mean? Like they told us, because this is one of the main things they focused on when I was in the halfway house and reentry before I got out. They focused on this housing for felons, and now, you know what I mean? When we was in the halfway house, we had to go to the mediation place so we can get the certification. You know what I'm saying? It had like a 2-year limit on it. You get a certification. It's proof like you went through the mediation with the mediation downtown to where not with the child care mediation, but the mediation department between you know, like renters and landlords and stuff like that. And you know, they gave us a certificate. They gave us a certificate. And we took this class to where, you know, the tenant landlord law, and it's supposed to allegedly give you a leg up, you know what I'm saying, when you try to go get somewhere to stay. But
that absolutely means nothing.
As I sit up here and tell y'all, it's a waste of time, right? Tenants don't care anything about you knowing tenant landlord law.
It's a waste of time, almost like casting a provisional ballot.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm talking about when I was like, there.
That right there has absolutely, that's like grapes to apples.
Yeah.
for real, like I said, it's the best thing to do is go with a private landlord, someone you can give, someone who gives you an opportunity to explain your situation.
Right.
That right there, I mean, that's cool. That's like me being insurance and someone calling in and getting a quote and telling me they took a defensive driver's class. Okay, that might give you a small discount, but this is still your premium.
Right.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of false hope implanted in some of these programs,
right,
in the way that they explain things. And that's like why I like to keep it real. It's not going to be easy. It's not easy for me being a felon, and I didn't do any prison time. I haven't spent any time away, but it's still not easy for me as I do things. And then imagine being a companion with another felon. And y'all could be out here doing the best of the best and, flossed up, bag up, everything. But still those walls are presented. So when you're looking for housing, go for a private landlord. That's the best thing to do. And when you go meet with that landlord, make sure you have all your documentation in hand.
right.
You need a copy of your ID. You need a copy of your pay stubs or your current proof of income. Let it be no later than your most current, no later within the last 30 days. If you're receiving any type of disability benefits, then your award letter needs to be up to date. Anything else that landlord or, leasing agent is requiring in order to process your application, and have your money order in hand. A lot of times, just the fact that you came prepared gives you a leg up on everyone else, regardless if you have a felony or not. It shows that person that you have the will to, and that you really need that place. And that you're willing to be, hey, this is what I got. This is what and always be honest on your application. Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time. And then if you're honest on that application, it gives them an opportunity to take that time out to speak to you if they feel like you're a qualified candidate. And if you come prepared, when you come to the viewing, get your application, already know what the application fee is. Most of the time, they'll tell you if you're looking at a place on Zillow, something like that. You've called the person, they've talked to you, they've told you. Take that money order with you. Also, make sure you have your identification, and as I said, your proof of income. That way, you can give a leg up, because a lot of people are just coming in, grabbing an application. They're not filling things out, fill it out on the spot, give it up. Let them know that you're serious. Be the first person they talk to. Be the first one that they consider. That's the best way that you can do. And always deal with a private landlord. It's hard to find housing when you're a felon.
Yeah, man, that's a fact, man. So, make sure that was some good game for y'all right there, too, man. Because, listen, man, when people see that you got all your stuff in order,
that's right.
They see, like, hey, he got this felony conviction, she got this felony conviction, but clearly, since this person has been released or whatever the situation may be, they just sit up there and got their stuff together, you know what I mean? So, long as you can prove employment and stuff like that and all that, just be able to, because most people just want to make sure you can pay the rent.
That's it. They want to now. Some people, depending on the amount of rent that they're charging, want you to pay. Now, old school, 3 times the rent. Some of these people out here, to be honest, are looking for 4 times the rent. They want to make sure that you can pay the rent and pay your utilities. So that's what they're looking for. Have no problem with settling for something that will be beyond your normal means. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have some high standards. And when you're in a certain situation, I'm not saying settle for the slums, because obviously I don't live in the slums. But if that's what you have to take for the time being, take that for the time being. Establish some credit history, establish a rental history. So when that lease is up, if you choose to move somewhere else, you have a good reference. Like Dre said, starting from the bottom, now we here. Sometimes that's the ish that we have to do because of the stupid choices we make when we play stupid games, we win stupid prizes, and sometimes we just have to go through that. So there also has to be some mental conditioning on our part when we're re-entering, understanding that maybe we may not be able to go to the lifestyle that we were accustomed to prior.
Facts.
And that we have to build up from that. So don't be ashamed to say, hey, I took this 1 bedroom or this efficiency over here for $495. I got a bathroom, I got a kitchen, I got a living room, I got where I can put my bed, but most of all, I got my own address, and nothing that these figures can add up to is a peace of mind. So that's another thing that I run into with people when I'm trying to assist them with housing. Like, hey, you have to realize you coming out of a situation. The same way you would have a single mom that would pile 4 kids up in a 1 bedroom just so they can have a roof over their head. You're going to have to make that same adjustment as well. Nothing wrong with that. You might have lived in the best of the best. Hey, I don't know what city you in. You might have been living in Bankhead. You might have been living in Reynoldsburg. You know what I'm saying? You might have been living in Oak Park. That's in Illinois. You might have been living in, wherever. But when you come home, yeah, you might have to live in the bottom. Or you might have to live in a not so savory area. Because according to society, we're felons. We're not so savory people.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Because, like I say, y'all, man, coming up out of that penitentiary, man, especially after you doing a certain amount of time, man, you know what I mean? Like, when you do the amount of time to where society changes while you're in there, you know what I mean? Like, I want you to, this is what I want you to speak on, because I know you might have some experience with this. Luckily, I've always been a very tech-savvy, computer-savvy guy, even when I was a kid. So I was always up. Like I said, when I was in the joint, I had subscriptions to Popular Mechanics.
Popular Science, Popular Mechanics. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one of the main reasons or main ways how I kept myself up on on technology and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's good. But I want you to I want you to sit up here and tell the people about, you know what I'm saying, how important it is upon coming home after doing a certain amount of time, and how important it is to get as much knowledge as you possibly can in all things tech, because as y'all see and as y'all hear me talk about all the time, we're moving into a technocratic society. Y'all see that, like I tell y'all, the smart grid is here. I keep telling y'all see it right now. You feel me? So I want you to sit up there and expound on as much as you can what resources there are available and what resources should one be seeking upon coming home and reintegration in society out of prison, as far as tech to basically catch them up to speed.
Okay. So as far as tech, I know that I've seen quite a few programs, but not too many, gearing people for reentry. Now, I know that now that they have access to tablets and certain things like that in prison, things are starting to get a little bit easier as far as being acclimated with social media. But re-entry in technology is so much more than just Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Understanding the fact of that, most banking is done online. Most of your mail now, most companies desire to be paperless. So it's very important that you have an email address. Do you know how to set that up? What is Cash App? What is Venmo? What is PayPal? All these different payment ways or payment methods that we have to send money in between each other, pay bills, different things like that. They're not taught, especially to a person who's been gone 5 years or more. When 5 years ago, we can imagine what technology was then. We can just think about someone who's been gone 10 years. You know what I mean? That would put them somewhere around, 2013. They would be lost. You know what I mean? They would be lost. If someone doesn't have someone near them or close to them to teach them about these things or show them these things, they would be lost. The fact of that you have a phone that's a smartphone, and then you have this inclination to input all your information in different things, not realizing that someone might be stealing your information at the same time. And what more perfect credit to use than someone who's been stagnant for 10 years? There is a lot with technology that people coming home need to learn. And that's my concern, that there needs to be greater programs or more programs geared towards that. Looking for a job is not brick and mortar, knock on the door, fill out an application anymore. Now you have to what? Upload a resume to Indeed, upload a resume to Job Monkey or one of those types of job searching services. Or now we have places or different apps that offer you odd jobs paid by the day. There is no more labor ready where you can stand outside and get paid for the day. No, you have to go on things like Task Monkey and things like that. And if you're not technologically literate, then you don't know how to set these things up or even be able to do these things. You will be left behind. No one really gives out paychecks via paper. There is no going to the check cash and plays everyone has a debit card. If you're not used to that, then you have to go through those steps. And it's very hard sometimes, because even though you have people who are coming home, and I find this a lot with men that I try to help with technology, after being gone for a long time. It's that stubbornness there. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. This is how it goes. So just being able to open that third eye and have that reception, because this is not what the world was like when they left. So of course it's something hard for them to grasp. Like, what do you mean that I can sit here and talk to you and see your face? Like, this is some Jetson-ish. And yay to the fact of that they have tablets and things like that now being more accessible in prison. And I'm pretty sure there's probably a couple, 2 or 3 slicksters in there that have Cash App going on for whatever they do and run their stores or whatnot. But when it comes out here, it really gets to the real, you know what I'm saying, of what technology really is, and how you need to safeguard your personal information from technology, how you need to watch what you do in technology, and that they're always keeping track of you through your technology.
Like I tell you all the time, man, the smart grid is now here. You did. And
so much artificial intelligence and all of these things, and that if you have not been around for this, then this will seem like a weird ass world to you. When you have been gone for so long and you sit around and you used to joining with your friends and having a general conversation, everybody say 2 or 3 words every 5 minutes because everyone's like this, then you're not used to that.
That's a fact. And it's just coming in ever so more frequently and just constantly upgrading that, it's hard for people to keep up, especially guys who coming home doing wild time, like 10, 15 plus years. The society has so changed since they were last on the street. It'd be very difficult for guys to readjust, re-enter, and reintegrate, which contributes to the recidivism rate. But regardless of all of that, the recidivism rate, specifically in Columbus, Ohio,
is going down,
exponentially decreased just since I've been home.
Yes, it has.
Came home, listen. I came home in 2016. Recidivism rate in Columbus was at about 20 to 21%. As of last year, the recidivism rate in Columbus, Ohio now is 8%.
My thing is this, though. I'm concerned about the generation after us.
Right.
They're just getting started in a game that we've been playing a very, very long time. I anticipate those rates increasing. I hate to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
we
I
have,
can see why you say that.
huh?
I can see why you would say that too.
Yes, because we have a dormant period here. There were quite a few of the 30 somethings that didn't jump off the porch. Okay. But we have a whole generation that my children are a part of, the 20 somethings that just are on something totally left center. And I anticipate as they come and mature into their later 20s, we're going to see those rates increase because we just have half of a generation that to me appears to be a bunch of crash outs. This goes to a whole nother reason that we don't even have time for me to get into, as far as uncles and big brothers being friends and rather than being elders and leaders. And that this is the generation that we are seeing that parents allow the screen to raise them. This is the product of that. This is the Call of Duty generation.
She said the Call of Duty generation. That's ill. Listen
Say,
here.
say it ain't so.
That's definitely so. It definitely is. Listen here. And maybe me and you can maybe you can have you back on. We can talk about this. I don't know if you're interested in this or if you know anything about this, but what have I been telling you? Right? These young boys, they're listening to this music.
The frequencies.
You know, and it's not just the frequency. You know what I mean? Not that isn't a part of it or not play a part in it, but it's not so much as just the frequency. It's just that these young guys are listening to this music. They're saying the music is being made and produced at a frequential level that is syncing and linking with certain input-output carrier signals, like I always be telling y'all about. Mm-hmm. Right? So, you know what I mean? When these young boys are listening to this music, you know what I'm saying, they're literally being programmed.
And you have to remember that there are certain artists that they put out there as planned to do the programming. When they see that there's a certain flow of certain things that they need, because we have to remember that a lot of these record companies are investors in prisons.
No, all of them are.
Yes. So we have to remember that. And so that's what they pump in, because the whole hip hop culture has just become the prison culture.
Yeah, as it was designed to be.
That's right.
Once they got a hold of them, this contributes to the prison pipeline. Now listen here, man, and I've been doing some research into this too, y'all. So when I do this show, I want to make sure I have everything cohesive and concise and flowing together. And I gotta make sure I give y'all information or confirmation of the information, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It was a meeting in 90, 93, something like that. It was a meeting, right? At Interscope Records, right? And there was a meeting between all the heads of the CAA, or the Corrections Association of America. All the big heads of all the record labels. Biggie was there. Pac was there. Snoop was there, amongst others. They'll never talk about this with, I was about to cuss. I had to stop. They'll never talk about this. Unfortunately, lots of these guys are dead, so they can't talk.
Yeah, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, but the meeting was between the execs, the prison execs, and the music execs, right? And they basically came up with a contingency plan to feed the prison system, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm putting this together for y'all, man, and I'm You understand me? It's ill, man. Some of y'all might be for
Yes,
some of
it
y'all might
is
not.
ill. And touching on that, the CAA was also very instrumental in pushing and lobbying for minimum mandatory sentencing.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I would love to, because that right there within itself means a lot. And that particular meeting that you're talking about, I just revisited a podcast, Crazy's podcast, on one
You talking about
particular,
Crazy Mom?
yes,
Yeah, that was there too.
that he was reading actually a correspondence that he had received from someone who had attended that meeting. That you're speaking of, that was held by Interscope Records, but it was actually at the house of an, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. A lot of the people was there, man. You feel me?
Yes, yes. And yeah. So these people right here, which you would find, I was tripping when I seen the list of these people. What is it? The Tricom. What is it? I know it's the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut franchise.
Yum.
Yeah.
Corporation is called Yum.
Yum.
All right. All of these people have stock or sit on the chairboard of the ACA. Right. This is a private company, right? This is a private corporation right here, man.
Yes, the ACA is a corporation formulated by other corporations, and they have lobbyists in Washington that push for certain bills, even lobbyists in your state that push for certain bills that lead to higher incarceration rates. That's another reason why they were so against us here in Ohio passing recreational marijuana.
Because that's going to significantly decrease the recidivism rate and the conviction rate, because a lot of convictions came from big marijuana busts. All you got to do is just go to your Googler or your YouTube and type in Columbus, Ohio marijuana stings, marijuana busts. And you'll see a plethora of videos of big, huge weed stings. You'll even see one of a whole entire family who was slaughtered allegedly by the cartel. They didn't specify what cartel. They said a cartel. His whole family was this back in 2013, 14?
Yes, they went
through.
It was what, Marion or somewhere?
This was all lived in
trailers.
This was Chillicothe.
They lived in these trailers. Yes, they lived in these trailers. They killed everybody.
I'm talking about murdered the whole family.
The whole family. But it was from the cartel.
Allegedly. And this family growing massive amounts of marijuana. Massive. Like 2-3 acres.
Yes. The whole family.
All right. And they mysteriously all came slaughtered.
So yeah, these people right here are some very wicked people, and it's just I've read quite a bit of literature concerning these folks, and it's very scary about what they control, what they have their hands in, and all of that. I mean, it would just absolutely amaze you, because a lot of these things, like when I found out that they had lobbyists for minimum mandatory sentencing, what really, and you would never believe this, what really made me delve deep into the bottom of minimum mandatory sentencing was you would never believe this, was a story in Don Diva magazine. And I was sitting there one night reading Don Diva magazine. And I was like, are you serious? Mm-hmm. The American Correctional Association was founded in 1870 by Reverend Enoch Cobb Wines, a Christian minister who devoted his life to prison reform. Yes, you heard that correctly. Our organization was founded to fix the injustices of the prison system, not to perpetuate them.
Now, Enoch Wines, right?
Huh?
This guy, Enoch
Wines.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
All my people that tap
a Christian minister.
Allegedly. Right? The part that they left out was Christian Zionist minister. Right? This dude, Enoch Cobb Wines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uncle Diddy, guess who he works for? Right? This guy right here, you know what I mean? He also, in conjunction with starting the ACA with money subsidized by the Rothschild family.
Absolutely.
Of course.
So,
he also
so we know who they
friends, are. He was also friends with Nathan Forrest, Bedford Forrest, and Albert Pike. Huh? Enoch Cobb Wines, so-called founder of the ACA.
And he was a Zionist, which Zionists supported slavery.
So y'all think about what's going on over here in Palestine right now. The last line of that paragraph is crazy. It is, ain't it? He said the last line is crazy. He said,
he said,
both Rev Wines and Jesus made it clear that you cannot serve both God and wealth. And since we had to choose, we chose wealth.
So that lets you know who they serve right now. Now, as you referred over to Israel, of course, what's going on right now? Because those who over there fighting shouldn't even be fighting. But that's another day for me.
Mm-hmm. So I always tell y'all that we got to do our due diligence, man. In order
Shalom, Israel.
In order to understand what's going on now, you got to take a walk down memory lane every now and again. And when you start like I say, at first you follow the money. Then you start, after you follow the money, you gotta start following the bloodline, because this stuff go deeper than money. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
it does. We're talking about the Rothschilds, the JP Morgan, the Morgans. We're talking about all of those folks that we can go all the way back to, even when the stock market crashed, or we can go back to Mr. Morgan's whole document, or his guide on how to keep the rich rich and the poor poor through the banking system. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But so, yeah, that was scary what he said at the end, because he equated himself to Jesus Christ.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But that goes to show you the slave master mentality that they all held, because that's how they portrayed themselves to us, that they were equivalent to God. So serve your master accordingly.
Enoch Cobb Wines, man. These guys, man.
These guys.
Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. You know what I'm saying? At this point in the show, what I'm going to sit up here and do, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to come up and ask Martisa any questions, hey, man, the link is open, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. You're welcome to come up, speak your piece, ask a question. If you got something to add, you can add. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody's more than welcome to come up. You know what I mean? This is a beautiful situation that we talking about, because like I said, it affects so many of us, especially so many of us black brothers, man. You know, there's a lot of young guys sitting up in that prison. And, as of right now, the recidivism rates are at a, a pretty more or less stagnant, rate. But I understand where Martisa is saying, because I can see that too. All these young boys that's getting locked up for committing these heinous crimes. They're high off of drugs. They've been listening to this drill music.
Oh my
Everybody,
goodness, this
everybody's
drill
been hit
music.
with this imagery of prison being cool, being a badge of honor, being something that's to be aspired to experience and be involved with. And I'm telling you right now, man, that's not where you want to be. You feel me?
That's why it's so important for us, loved one, to get out here. You know what I mean? And then I believe this 100%. A bad girl can turn a good boy bad. So not only should we
That's a
focus
fact.
on the young men, we need to focus on the young women too.
Right.
There are a lot of us out here hurting. And because I was blessed to be the mother of 3 strong women, you know, I see what the women in their 20s go through.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, a bad girl can turn a good boy bad. So we need to get out here because we know what we know and push that. Now, for those who don't want to listen, you always going to have, because as the Bible says, the wheat grow amongst the tare. So you're going to have those who want to listen and who want to, you know what I mean, get their life in line and see what the truth is. And then you have those that don't. It begins in teaching our young brothers and sisters who they really are.
That's
And
a fact.
understanding why we call them prince and princess when they're growing up, because we're raising them to be kings and queens. There has to be some change in our behaviors. And as the Bible says, so let your light shine so others may see it and see the good works of the Lord. So that's where I'm coming from. No, we're not perfect. Not at all. But it's going to take the work from us. It's going to take the community of us. Those of us who have been there and have gone through, that can actually speak the real that they need to hear, not some fabricated BS. You know, we have to come together to save them, those who choose to be saved. Because we had to choose that path, and it wasn't easy. You know what I mean? But we had to choose it. And the Most High will put you in a situation where you have no choice, but either choose the help that He's offering you, or you fall by the wayside.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. You know, I just want to say, man, shout out to Martisa for coming on the show, man. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. I appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? It's an honor and a privilege. You know what I mean? I like to have people come on the show. You understand what I'm saying? And have these type of conversations. Because like I say, man, I created this platform specifically for people like you to come on and do what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I think people like yourself is the real superstars, the real celebrities, if you will. Not seriously though, because you know what I'm saying, we people from the turf, man. We people who actually been through the things that we talking about and creating situations to where, you know what I'm saying, we made a better situation for ourselves and it's able to help somebody, you know what I mean? Even though, you know what I'm saying, we might be going through whatever we going through though, but you know what I mean? It's always going to be that more authentic because, you know what I'm saying, we was really in it and we experienced it.
That's right.
You know, I think people, and you know what I mean? Like I said, when I've had the opportunity to do what I'm doing, I was like, man, I'm going to have real people on my show, man. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not saying that in the process of grinding and growing and becoming bigger and better, you know what I'm saying, people come on the show, I'm up for it if it makes sense. But, you know what I'm saying, the daily people that I know that's in the grind like me is the people who the real superstars to me. That's why I say to man, they deserve to shine, you know what I'm saying, that they supposed to get. And if we ain't going to see people like Martisa on Channel 6 or Channel 4.
Now you might see me on Channel 6, but in a whole nother aspect. Like, you know, hey, I might have been performing in a show or something like that.
You ain't gonna see her on
you're not gonna see me like this.
Or nothing like that. You know
not like this, no.
You know I mean? So you know, I mean, we gotta be our own media too. If we want to control our listen to what I'm saying. If we want to control our image and how we sing, man, we got to control our own media. We got to create our own media.
That's right. We have to put out the info, and we have to be able to regulate it ourselves.
And not only that, you got to support it.
Mm-hmm.
You see people doing certain things is different. You got to support them, right? We don't really need anybody else to function, for real. You know, considering everything that's going on right now too, you know, I think it would be in our best interest, you know, to interact with each other more than what we normally do and outside of the normal means that we do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, we about to get up out of here, man. Martisa, you can go up there and type in the comment section, or you know, what I mean, you can you can say type in the comment section your contact information. You know what I'm saying? Let them know how they can get in contact with you. And I'm going to sit up here and fall back and let you go ahead and leave them with your last words before we get up through.
All right. So I just want to thank everybody for listening to us tonight. You know, you're able to get in contact with me. My email address is infoforhelp2023@gmail.com. Feel free to send me a copy of your resume if you want it tweaked. If you have any questions about services, even if I'm not in your area, I will try to help you and find out what I can give you.
Say that website again.
It is infoforhelp@gmail.com. In the subject line, put what you're referencing, like, hey, you know, Miss Suge, I sent my resume. Hey, I need to know what's going on with this. Hey, I need some help with housing. You know, let me know. But also allow me a timely manner to get back with you, as I do have other projects and I do have other things. I do have a 9 to 5 every day, just like everyone else. But this is my passion. This is one of the things that I do. So if you allow me about 72 hours, I will give a response back to you. And then, you know, if we need to connect or anything, we can always do everything. Everything that I do and I interact is over video chat, not only for you, but for my safety as well. I am a female. Okay. Please remember to love your community and reach out to those around you. Do not be afraid to tell your story or what you have gone through, because God put you in a particular situation that day that you may be able to be that tool He needs to help someone else. Continue to step outside of yourself and see the struggles of other people. Not only do I deal with people that are coming out of prison, I also, you know, deal with domestic violence and the homeless population. I deal with mental health. Mental health is a big proponent and the causation of most of the things that we talked about. There are a lot of prisoners that are locked up right now that need to be somewhere getting true mental health rather than being behind a cage. So thank you for joining us tonight and listening to what we had to say. I appreciate my brother, my love, for giving me this platform. And I would love to come back and also share more knowledge with other areas that I know about that you can kind of see that we kind of touched on tonight, but we really didn't want to get into because that Capricorn energy is real high and we will keep going forever. But love and peace to everyone. infoforhelp2023@gmail.com. Keep in touch. Love and blessings to you all.
You already know, Martisa. You already know, man. Like I said, man, you already know y'all can hit her up on that website right there. I mean, on that email right there for any info y'all might have from Martisa that y'all may need, as far as if you yourself or anybody you know is coming home from prison and they need any type of assistance with reentry or reintegration, whatever the situation may be, housing, jobs, you know what I mean, resume writing, any type of, just anything anybody could need. Get in contact with Martisa, man. She can help you out to the best of her ability. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she'll take care of it and get you together as best as she can. So, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Or even if it's just to say hi, or you having a bad day, or you know what I'm saying, you just need a word of encouragement. Hey, we all do. So I may not be back with you immediately, but give me at least 72 hours and I will reach out to you and give you the info that you need.
Give you 72 hours and she will be, give her 72 hours, she will be in touch with you. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate you coming on, Martisa, man. You know, whenever you want to come back on, if it's ever something you want to chop it up about, just hit me up, let me know, and we'll figure it out and do a show. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we need to come back and talk about the young brother situation because I would like to touch on the Semiramis complex.
Right. We can do that too. We can always do that. So you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes,
We'll
you
chop it up
too.
behind the scenes for that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Have a wonderful night.
All right. See y'all. I tell y'all, I have people come on the show when we talk about real ish. You feel me? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. What y'all think about my girl Martisa, man? She's a beautiful person, isn't she? You know, coming home from the joint, especially us brothers, man, we need as much assistance as we can. You know what I mean? We need as much game as we can, as much help as we can. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of that who's gal, you know what I'm talking about, especially as a black man. You know what I mean? And I don't like to use that race card, but I'm telling you from experience, man, you know, you want to make sure you got access to much resources as possible. You want to make sure that you build your resume up, man. Get as much skills as you can. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, you might have to start off in that efficiency, man. You might have to start off in that 1-bedroom, man. You know what I mean? You got, you know, you might have to do that though, man. But, you know, it's a beautiful thing when you got your own situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you just got a 1-bedroom efficiency with a chair and a hat in that joint. You hear me? One, you ain't homeless. And two, like Martisa said, you got an address, man. Y'all better understand the seriousness of that, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. You did. We're going to get up out of here. You know, it's ladies' night. We're going to bring the interviews back for ladies' night. Have these beautiful ladies come on here. Next Thursday is Thanksgiving. You know, I don't give a damn about the holiday. I don't celebrate it. I don't care. Right? But I know a lot of y'all do. So we're going to have something special for Thanksgiving. But the Thursday after that, I'm going to have my sis Melissa come on the show. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to chop it up about some real ish. I ain't going to tell y'all, but, you know, Thursday nights, we're going to bring the interviews back. You know what I'm saying? Yabi's real busy with her work. You know what I'm saying? And when she has the time to come on, she says she will. But she's real busy with her work right now. You know, she really does what she does. You know, she's not us out here just gallivanting. She really does what she does. So, you know, I mean, I don't get mad. And I know y'all be busy, and I know she be doing her thing. We about to do some business too. She about to help me get my credit right and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Set up my little accounts and all my little situations. You know, I'm about to go ahead and spend some money with her and invest in a black business. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. You know, we here, man. A Real Talk Podcast. We in the building. You already know what it is, man. Y'all know what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Support your interests, man. You know what I mean? You know, on YouTube, man. Shout out to my brother Rest. On YouTube, my brother Rest Supreme TV1, man. Hey, it's a lot of effery going on this YouTube, man. You know, and a Saturday I'm gonna have a show. You know what I mean? That's gonna be on some real ish. You know, I don't give a damn about nobody calling me no cop chaser like that. I'm gonna address some real shit. I don't give a damn who don't like it, who feel like I'm hating or any of that. I don't give a damn about none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about any of that. You know what I mean? I got the testicular fortitude to say what needs to be said. Shout out to Larry Gators, man. You know, you got to be able to have the courage to say what needs to be said, regardless of how you may look. You know, we living in an era where some of us are going to have to be the quote-unquote sacrificial lamb. Some of us are going to have to stick our neck out. Some of us going to have to be the one that takes the arrows, man. You feel me? And I'm definitely one of them type of guys because I'm telling you, man, my skin is Teflon, dragon skin, Kevlar thick, and nothing offends me, man. And I don't care, man. You hear me? You did. Tap in, walk with us, y'all. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Share on your social engineering. Tomorrow is Friday night wrap up. Y'all already know how we do. Me and my brother King Els. We mess around and being King. Matter of fact, we're gonna be in E&E Studios tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Me and King Els gonna get straight to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And you know we gonna do it like we used to it. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Did y'all like tonight's show, man? You know, I got them emails. Y'all saying, man, good interviews back, Stacks, man. Say less. You hear me? Interviews it is. I'm gonna have my brother Spark come back on. Y'all ain't gonna believe it, man. Spark was supposed to come on the first time, and he unfortunately got sick. This time he was supposed to come back on Monday, but he ended up spraining his goddamn or cutting his thumb or something at work. Man, he had to be up in the hospital all night. You know what I'm talking about? He said, man, the devil don't want us to link up. And I said, no, the devil is a lie. You hear me? No weapons formed shall prosper, but they definitely going to be formed. So me and my brother Spark definitely going to chop it up, man. We just gonna probably do some improv too. I'm probably pull a tide on him, and we just do a live on the spot like that while we frying up some chicken, you know what I'm saying, smoking good, and have a chop up situation about this, you know, whatever. You know, appreciate y'all tapping in with us tonight, man. You know what I mean? Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, man. You know what I mean? Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us, man. And, I most definitely appreciate that. You hear me? Most definitely. Right? And it's ladies' night. Y'all know I gotta leave y'all with an E&E track. You feel me? Tap in, walk with us, man. We got our own music, man. We ain't gotta play nobody's music. We got our own music. You feel me? And we got music for the ladies. Right? Tap in, walk with us, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. We going in tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, E&E Fridays, Friday night wrap up. Me and my brother King Els. Y'all know what it is, man.
What up? You busy? I don't even care.
Oh my God, Marcus.
I'm about to shoot through. Yeah. Coming right now.
You got me feeling for you right now. Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now. Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype now. Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now. Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down. Legs up, got them doing suicides now. Looking on you, got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now. Right now, it's me and you, chilling out by the pool, living our best lives, we blowing the best fruit. Sweet is the best fruit, for starters, you make a nigga blush. We on a journey, I promise you, we ain't gotta rush. Skin soft as the best silk, I gotta touch every part of your body before I tear it up. After we flood the sheets, we gotta paddle up. It be that arch in your back that have a nigga stuck. Back shots, I'm giving you on the regular. Non-stop flights, we doing all the etc. You was so fine, I figure I gotta marry ya. Hair be the best, I'm probably gonna have the calendar. Count the paper while we rolling up. Get the bread right, shit, I'm trying to live it up. Glance over just so I can see your bright smile. Let's get it in, shit, I'm talking about right now. Yeah, you got me feeling for you right now. Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now. Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype now. Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now. Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down. Legs up, got them doing suicides now. Looking on you, got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now.
Right now, put your boy shit soon as she leave the house. Still looking for the score like a kill count. Full of different shit, hope you all into this. Sick, heavy, twisted, all bitten shit. Yeah, going hard, none of that timid shit. Last time she said harder, I did it. Talking right down, pipe down, lights down. Love see you squeeze the sheets, feel a bite down. Ain't it nice how when you lie down, put your legs up, from the side down, put you on top, help you drive down. Love how you saddled it, watch you climb down. Now I'm in deep, watch you clutch sheets. Love when you exhale like a spreadsheet. Wanna take some good notes, probably write it down. She wants some narcissists. right now.
You got me feeling for you right now.
Right now.
Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now.
Light up.
Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype
That's
now.
true.
Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now.
Right now.
Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down.
Teddy B.
Legs up, got them doing suicides now.
Shake it.
Looking on you got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now.
PK, pick a pussy, probably wetter than Pacific. Twisted like a ghetto bird, trying to say Pacific. Like excellence, Bruce, see right how I kick it. If I ask, face some leather seeds, best believe she with it. This is King Talk, tell them niggas catch her. Outfield niggas just say I don't rest up. Bless her. Babe says she want tequila liquor. Now we extra ingredients. The liquor after party scene dope. Headed home on the E-way, connect us in HS. Express how the scene play. Getting top down on the E-way with the top down. King getting rolled while he drove. Now we hot now. Home plate mode, I ain't even hit the driveway. Word to Usher, King always did it my way. Said I owed a dick, so I got some debts to pay. She will role play right now, just press play.
You got me feeling for you right now. Roll the gas, we can blow it, baby, right now. Drink a little, get you lit, see you hype now. Ain't talking later, shit, I really want you right now. Hit the bedroom, then we turn the lights down. Legs up, got them doing suicides now. Looking on you got the sheets all wet now. Let's get it in, love, I'm talking about right now.